Cooking Adventures with Katie, Season 3. Monday Mouthful on Pancakes. Hey everybody, welcome to Cooking Adventures with Katie, Season 3. Trying something new today, so y'all might notice that it's a bit brighter. I have a new thing for my phone, so I'm able to use my main camera and not my face camera, and yeah, so hopefully better quality videos will come from this. I do apologize if I'm a little bit worse for wear today. I'm still trying to get used to my sleep schedule turning on its head, and I'll go into that later on. But for now, for this very moment, we are going to be focusing on pancakes, because pancakes are what won this week. So, without further ado, the analysis of starch grains on 30,000-year-old grinding tools suggests that Stone Age cooks were making flour from cattails and ferns, which might have been mixed with water and then baked on a flat rock that might have been greased with animal fat, thus making the versed pancake of sorts. Now, Otzi the Iceman, whose remains were found in 1991 in the Italian Alps, provided our society today with a lot of information about the Neolithic peoples. With regards to this situation right now that we're talking about, the Neolithic diet. Now, in his stomach, they found deer, but they also found ground up wheat. Einkorn wheat, to be precise, not our dwarf wheat that we have today. So a previous version of wheat was found in his stomach. Now, this wheat had bits of charcoal mixed with it in such a way that it made it seem as if this pancake was probably in the form, this wheat was probably in the form of a pancake, and it had been cooked over an open fire. So that's what the charcoal suggested. Now, aside from that, ancient Greeks, and we kind of went over this for the regular breakfast episode last Monday. Ancient Greeks and Romans ate pancakes, and those were sweetened with honey. Now, Elizabethans ate pancakes seasoned with spices, rose water, sherry, and apples. They were traditionally eaten on the Tuesday before Lent, which back in the day was called Shrove Tuesday or Pancake Day, but today is known as Fat Tuesday. Pancakes were a good way to get rid of perishable foods that were about to be forbidden because Lent is fasting. In the American colonies, pancakes, which back then were known as hoe cakes, johnny cakes, or flapjacks, were made with buckwheat and cornmeal. Now, the earliest written recipe for pancakes, which, if I remember right, was found to be dated 1726, calls for milk, Indian meal, and molasses. Now, they also had another recipe called Indian slap cakes, and that was milk, Indian meal, and then instead of molasses, it called for eggs. Now, back in the early Americas, were when pancakes had initially been created, though back in the day, pancakes would have been what we know today as crepes, and what we know today as pancakes would have been griddle cakes for them back in the day. So that was pretty interesting to find out. And that Thomas Jefferson was kind of a big deal with, pancakes were kind of a big deal with Thomas Jefferson. So that was pretty neat. So on to the recipes for this week. Now, Kendra, who was in an episode of Challenge Accepted, where we nibbled on some habanero peppers, suggested bacon pancakes from Adventure Time. So that would fall under the griddle cakes. So if griddle cakes are selected, It will be the classic American pancake recipe, and then bacon. But then also, would be making two different kinds, so we'd be doing those, but then also like maple griddle cakes, where when you think maple griddle cakes, you think a McGriddle, because it has syrup on the inside. That is what we'd be making. So bacon pancakes and maple griddle cakes would fall under the whole of griddle cakes. The next item would be cornmeal pancakes, which, from my understanding, would be more of a ball instead of a disc. There's raised buckwheat blini, and then lemon pancakes, which sounded amazing from reading the recipe. So, griddle cakes, which bacon pancakes and maple griddle cakes would fall under. Cornmeal pancakes, raised buckwheat blini, and lemon pancakes. Now you can go on to the Facebook Cooking Adventures with Katie to vote on these items. Which would you prefer to see for the Friday's episode? Okay, so that's that. For updates, I do apologize for this being on a Tuesday. I'm still trying to get used to my new sleep schedule. I've only trained for 2 days, so it's been fairly rough since Monday morning when I got off of my first shift. So, I do apologize. Mondays will be weird episodes until I can get this new schedule under my belt. Though hopefully, by Monday next week, I will have it mostly and should be good. But we're just gonna have to see. So I do apologize for that, and I will do better in the future. And if we have to move to a different day and come up with a different snazzy name, then we shall. Foodie Friday should continue to be on Friday. No questions asked. Should be good because I'm off on Thursday. So the most that would change in that respect would be the vote would end like at lunchtime on Thursday, so I can cook it that evening and post it on Friday. So there's that. As for fasting, because this month is breakfast, and I wanted to challenge myself to fast throughout the month from Friday to Friday and have my Friday episode with breakfast actually breaking fast. So I did have to break my fast this morning afternoon when I woke up, lunchtime, because having to change my sleep schedule, and so not getting enough sleep, being stressed out because changing your sleep schedule stinks, and so stress from that, and then all of these things, I kind of came down with a little bit of a cold. Like, it's not bad, but at the same time, my throat hurts and I have a headache. And David said, he was like, no, it's because your body is stressed because you're not getting enough sleep and you're not eating enough. And he's like, just eat well for like the next week and you'll feel fine. He's like, you're not getting sick. It's because you're exhausted. So I listened to him and I ate, and I'm gonna eat today and just eat well, and and we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna aim to pick back up my fasting on Friday. So Friday will be the beginning of a new fast after the Foodie Friday episode will be the beginning of a fast again. So from Friday to Friday, we'll begin again then. So until then, I'm just going to eat healthy and try and sleep more so I'm not so exhausted and dead to the world. So, yeah. And that's kind of what's going on with that. I did say on Friday that there would be an episode on Wednesday, where we were doing something weird, but it ended up not working out. It tasted amazing, but it didn't work out. It was a poached egg inside of an avocado wrapped with bacon and then cooked. No, the bacon, it was delicious. It didn't work out. It didn't stay together at all like the video showed. The video was a lie. So unless toothpicks are involved, This probably won't work out. Or, well, unless toothpicks are involved, it probably will definitely not work how the video showed. So, tastiness, delicious, appearance was not. But there will not be an episode with that because it did not work out how I wanted it, but there might be something else. I haven't decided yet. If there is, y'all send me some questions. Like, I've honestly, since I've said that I would be fasting, I've had people come to me and seriously be like, okay, why are you doing this? How do you do this? Isn't it dangerous? And, you know, how... And then I've had, like, 2 people ask me how would be the best way for me to begin doing this. So, you know, y'all send me some questions, and, you know, and I will certainly feature your questions that are asked. And there might be an episode on Wednesday if I get enough. And, hey, that'd be might be a nice little QCC coffee blurb episode type thing. And, yeah, so... with all that being said, the vote will be on the Facebook page, Cooking Adventures with Katie. I do have a Twitter as well, though I've kind of fallen off of that. The handle is @CookAdventures, so if you follow me, give me a heads up, and I will certainly begin posting once again regularly. So go ahead and head to the Facebook to vote there. You can post you can contact me with questions on there or through the comments below this video. And yeah, otherwise I will see y'all on Friday, if not on Wednesday. So, with all that being said, happy cooking.